Hey guys, my name is and you're watching Wrestling News WWE. So, we just had the last episode of Monday Night Raw before Backlash, and it was an awesome show. But now it's time for Backlash. We're going to see a bunch of big matches in this premium live event. In today's video, I'm going to make predictions about those matches. Basically, I'll be sharing who I think will come out on top in each match at Backlash. So, let's not waste any more time and get started with our predictions. The match between Gunther and his opponent is finally happening after almost a year of back and forth, thanks to some heated arguments. This feud has turned personal, and it promises to be an incredible match. Now, who's going to win? Gunther took a significant loss at WrestleMania, so if he loses here too, his character will start to look pretty weak. That's why I think most of you can expect Gunther to come out on top. And a lot of people are banking on that this is gonna be quite the match. I mean, in just a few minutes, we're going to see Pat McAfee take on Gunther. Now, it could happen, but I think the promo Pat created definitely gives him a fighting chance against Gunther, even if he ends up losing here. After this, the next match we'll see is a fatal four-way for the United States Championship between Jackoff 2, Alan Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. Just like at WrestleMania, we're in for an exciting time with the US title on the line. We just got to see the normal match between Jacko and Alan Knight in the championship. But now, we're in for a major fatal four-way match for the US Championship at the Backlash Premium Live event. As for who might win, it looks like two superstars have the best chances, Jacko and Drew McIntyre. But like I mentioned before, Drew snagged a movie role, so we'll probably see him less active in WWE. So, WWE might not give him the championship, which could mean Jacko takes this one to IT. Looks like whoever wins the battle for the match will end up retaining their US championship, and this will actually be Jacko Fatu's first title defense. So, the odds are slim for him to get a big impression here. Then, the next match we've got coming up is for the Intercontinental Championship between Dominic Mysterio and Penta, and it's been added to this week's Raw. Even though Penta doesn't lose many matches in WWE, with the kind of reaction Dominic is getting from the crowd, it certainly seems like WWE has something special planned. They're going to take the championship from him. So, it looks like Dominic is definitely going to find a way to beat Penta, whether it's through disqualification or help from Judgment Day, and he'll retain his Intercontinental Championship. After that, the next match we're going to see is the Intercontinental Championship match between Lara Valkyria and Becky Lynch. Given how intense their rivalry has been, it really seems like Becky Lynch is going to end up beating Lara Valkyria. Intercontinental Champion, but as you all know, Lara Valkyria is a rising superstar, so I don't think WWE is going to let her lose like that. I mean, something's definitely going to happen here that will lead to Becky Lynch's loss, and that thing could be Bayley's return. We've been hearing Bayley's name come up a lot in the feud between Lara Valkyria and Becky Lynch, especially considering how Becky attacked Bayley and basically kicked her to the curb. So, it's possible that we might see Bayley back soon. In the return scene at Backlash, we saw him helping Lara Valkyria retain her championship. If the feud between Lara Valkyria and Backlash continues, this match could also end in disqualification. Finally, the main event of the Backlash Premium Live event is the WWE Undisputed Championship match between John Cena and Randy Orton. So, while John Cena is the undisputed champion, Randy Orton is going to have the full support of the crowd because this match is happening in his hometown in St. Louis. But let's talk about who's looking likely to win here. As you all know, WWE has a lot planned for John Cena's retirement tour. So if someone takes the championship from him, everything will get complicated. That's why the odds are pretty high that we'll see John Cena somehow defeat Randy Orton and retain his undisputed championship. And as I mentioned earlier, there's talk of Cody Rhodes for SmackDown after Backlash. They're doing some advertising. So if WWE wants to tease Cody Rhodes' return after the match, they could totally set up a rematch between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. So guys, that's the confirmed thing we can expect at Backlash. But there are a lot of other things we were hoping to see that don't look like they're happening at Backlash. First off, there's Jey Uso defending the World Heavyweight Championship. And second, Seth Rollins' faction is supposed to have a match. So related to that, we've got this week's We Saw a Lot Go Down on Raw. First off, Paul Heyman shows up to tell Jey Uso that Seth Rollins beat Roman Reigns and CM Punk in the main event at WrestleMania. So, that makes him the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he's always ready to fight you. Jey Uso then says, if he's always ready, why not have that fight today? That leads to the main event on Raw being Jey Uso vs Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. And, as you'd expect, this match had a lot going on. It could have happened. Basically, Seth Rollins had just as much chance of becoming champion as Jey Uso had of retaining his title. The match turned out to be pretty similar because we saw pedigree, spears, and stunners thrown in there. When Braun Breaker got involved, we first saw Sami Zayn show up. But Braun managed to handle Sami somehow. He hit Jey Uso with a spear, sending him back into the ring. Just as Seth was about to pin Jey Uso, we suddenly heard CM Punk's theme song hit. And we see CM Punk coming back with a steel chair, and the first thing he does is attack Braun Breaker outside, then he attacks Seth Rollins when he gets into the ring, which leads to a disqualification in the match. So, Jey Uso is still our World Heavyweight Champion. This is a match that WWE could have easily set up at Backlash. But yeah, we didn't see that coming, but what we were all expecting was Jey Uso vs Logan Paul. Everyone thought we were going to get that match. We're gonna see something at Backlash. But this match isn't official yet, and it doesn't really look like it's going to happen. However, I should mention that after Raw, we see people coming out to attack from the crowd. So, their match is definitely going to happen, but it won't be at Backlash. We might see it at a future Raw or at Money in the Bank. Right now, though, everyone's paying attention to something else, the reunion of the original Bloodline. Because, first of all, Seth Rollins took out Roman Reigns. Then Seth set his sights on Sami Zayn, and this week on Raw, he went after Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso could jump in at any moment. So, it looks like the Bloodline we all saw during Survivor Series is kind of forming up again, with the OG Bloodline and CM Punk working together. And since there's no official match for Jey Uso or Seth Rollins' team at Backlash, what if WWE has something planned for them? Looks like we might get to see Roman Reigns make his return too, and in a way, the Bloodline will be back together. It seemed like CM Punk would return only after Backlash, but now that he's back, the chances for Roman's return have definitely increased. But yeah, it's happening at Backlash. Speaking of Backlash, we've got Monday Night Raw coming up, and then there's SmackDown after that, or maybe somewhere else. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, the Bloodline is reuniting. We've been getting teased about this for the past 3 weeks. Because 3 guys are already on the same page. Now we just need Roman Reigns and the Usos to show up. So let's see if this actually happens or not. But hey, guys, make sure to drop a comment and let me know. Are you excited for the OG Bloodline reunion? Just give me a yes or no. Also, if you like the video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon next to it. Catch you later, guys.